How's it going, guys? Happy Sunday. It's your boy Stas here. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and thanks for all the birthday wishes yesterday, man. I appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it from all you guys that wished me a happy birthday. So in this video, we have 5 stocks to go over, all of which have earnings coming up this week. And for those that thought earnings season was over, it's not over yet. We have Broadcom this week, CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks, Ulta, Lululemon, and of course a lot of other stocks, but those are the 5 that we're going to talk about in this video. So let's dive into it. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon for my portfolio updates, and my private Discord if you guys are interested. That's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StasSurfS.com/Patreon. And now, cheers again, guys. I got my green shirt on. Hopefully we have a green week. Let's dive into it. So at this point, you guys all know that the market's been hot. We hit all-time highs on Friday on the S&P, on the Qs, on the Russell, or maybe the Dow. Which one was it? I think the Dow, actually. Yeah, we hit 5190 on the Dow, and the Russell is pretty much there. I think we hit all-time highs on Thursday, so we all know the market is hot, we're running, and we're actually completely breaking out again on the Qs and SPY after kind of consolidating for what, a couple days. We chopped around a little bit here. Now we're completely breaking through this previous all-time high from the middle of May. We just started doing that on Thursday into Friday, so the bulls are 100% in charge. Nobody's denying that, right? And it's I'm curious to see if this rally continues into this week with all these earnings coming up, and as we're getting closer and closer to, in my opinion, a deal here, right? I think we're getting closer to a deal. Each week that goes by, we're getting closer. I think we're like 2, 3, 4 weeks away from a deal with Iran, in my opinion, man. And we're kind of seeing that in the price of oil as Brent is slipping almost to under 90 a barrel. WTI is under 90 a barrel. It's at 87 as of this video. So oil's coming down. That's a good sign. And yeah, once we actually get a deal, oil's going to drop like a brick. Maybe we get a sell the news event in the stock market, but that's going to end up being a buying opportunity, right? Which we've covered before. So no need to dive too deep into that theory. But yeah, let's talk stocks, man. Let's break down these 5 stocks that I'm watching for this week. Again, all of which are reporting earnings. So number 1 is Broadcom, which for the AI trade, this is one of the most important stocks. It's in that top 5 category, right? And Broadcom, what do you guys see on the charts here on AVGO? We have a clear cup and handle. I mean, guys, this is as clean of a cup and handle breakout as you can ask for, right? We have the cup right here. The handle is now starting to play out as the stock had a 5% green day on Friday, and guess what? It hit all-time highs at $448.90. And you guys can see the cup and handle on the 1-year chart, on the 3-year chart. You guys are seeing it play out. So this stock is already breaking out into earnings, and guys, it's been breaking out. I mean, nobody's denying that. It's been up from $280, $300. That's where it was early in April. Now we're well over $400. But you got to realize we actually are now just breaking out of the highs from December. So actually, yeah, I mean, Broadcom has been running, but it's just now breaking through the highs from the end of last year. So we're now at fresh 2026 highs. And honestly, man, based on how these stocks have been moving, I would not be surprised if this ripped even more on a good print after earnings. I think earnings are on the 3rd, which is, what day is the 3rd now? That's Thursday, right? Let me get my calendar. June 3rd is, no, that's Wednesday. Excuse me, guys. June 3rd is Wednesday. Again, this cup and handle is very, very clear, and it's playing out. And I think we could go higher here. So analysts have them doing, get ready for this, guys, EPS of $2.40 versus $1.58 from last year on revenue of $22.12 billion versus $15 billion from last year. That's going to be up around 47% year over year. Insane growth projected from Broadcom. Analysts are projecting that, and you could argue, oh, is that being priced into the stock already? It could be, but what's not priced in my opinion, is guidance. And I think that's what could end up pushing the stock even higher, potentially towards that $500 level eventually here, as again, we're now just starting to see this cup and handle play out. And the next stock here is CrowdStrike, which I gotta be honest, man, I'm not saying CrowdStrike's gonna crash or anything, but I think this stock's overbought. It's priced to perfection heading into earnings, and we got to be careful. This stock was a great buy a couple months ago. We were talking about it in the Discord, right? But now you could argue that that ship has sailed, at least right now, and if we get a big pullback, that could be a great entry point. But for me, heading into earnings on the third Wednesday after the bell, this stock is just way too hot, even if they're going to do well. Earnings are projected at $1.07 versus 73 cents from last year on revenue of $1.36 billion versus $1.1 billion from last year. That's growth of around 24% year over year. Pretty good, but does it justify this parabolic move? I don't know. And for that reason, I am not inclined to buy here. In fact, if I was in this as a trade, I would be considering locking in some profits here, right? Some profits, especially if I'm in call options, right? If I'm in shares, maybe, you could argue to let it ride a little bit. But even then, I would take some shares off the table because this stock has more than doubled up in the last 3 months. So, I mean, it could see a big drop if earnings disappoint in the slightest, even if they're good, just not great. It could cause a sell-off here in the stock. So I love CrowdStrike. Look, I've made money on the stock in the past. I've traded it in and out. You guys know that. And I don't hold a position right now. And I'm eyeing one up again on a pullback. But, FOMOing in here, it just doesn't make sense. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me get some water. Cheers. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So, yeah, I mean, CrowdStrike had a 9% green day on Friday. I mean, guys, this stock's getting a little too nuts for me. Same with Palo Alto Networks, PANW, which is completely going parabolic. It's up 100% from the lows, and it goes to show that you can't just vibe code one of these cybersecurity solutions, right? I mean, it doesn't work like that. And a lot of people were throwing in the towel on Palo Alto, on CrowdStrike, a lot of these cybersecurity stocks a couple months ago when Claude, what was it called, Claude Code or Claude or what the heck was the security one? Either way, when that came out, a lot of people freaked out, and it turns out it's not so easy to disrupt these companies, at least right now. So Palo Alto is in the same boat as CrowdStrike. It's gone up a lot. We have earnings coming up on let's see, the second, which is on Tuesday after the bell. So guys, it's at a point where I'm not FOMOing in here, but on any drawdown, substantial drawdown, anywhere near the 180 moving average, I'm going to consider adding on the dip, on Palo Alto, on CrowdStrike, same thing. So analysts have Palo Alto Networks doing EPS of 80 cents versus 93 cents from last year. So EPS is getting a little worse year over year, but revenues projected at $2.94 billion versus $2.29 billion from last year. That would be up just over 28% year over year. Not bad. Not bad. They're actually growing more than CrowdStrike, but again, they're just so overbought. I'm like, there's other places I'd rather put money for now, but I'm still watching them again for that dip. As any dip could be a great entry point to ride this momentum, because I don't think the momentum's necessarily going to stop. I just think it's not the best risk reward here. So Ulta is another one which I've traded in and out of for years, made some money on Ulta. ULTA is the ticker, and it's down. It's down over $200 a share over the last couple of months. I think the all-time high, that is the all-time high at 715. So percentage-wise, we're down well over 20%. Yeah, 27% down here on Ulta, and we're still nowhere near breaking out. We have a death cross. We're under this 50 moving average, or the 180 moving average rather. And earnings are on Tuesday after the bell. And the fact that we took out the lows from the end of last year, that's not the most promising sign in the short term. But as you pull the layers back, you're like, okay, Ulta actually looks pretty decent. On the 3-year chart, on the max chart, it actually looks really good, the chart. And at this point, man, Ulta, I've seen it. I've seen them do it, right? I've seen them do it time and time again. This company reports strong earnings a lot of the time. Maybe not so much last quarter. The stock tanked down from 650 to about 510 after earnings. But if they report a strong quarter with good guidance, it's very beaten up here, man. And the longer term time frames, the chart looks good. This could rebound. I'm telling you. Keep your eyes on it. I've been watching the stock for years. It's very up and down around earnings. And the fact that it's down 30% already, I like it. I like it on the weakness here, but I want to see what earnings look like and the price action after before considering anything here. Because, look, I'm not an earnings gambler. I am not an earnings gambler. I used to trade earnings a lot when I first started trading in the market, but now I much rather wait and see, what the numbers are looking like. Show me the numbers, and then we'll see how the stock reacts. Even if I miss the move, it's just safer that way. So analysts have them doing $6.91 earnings per share versus $6.70 from last year on revenue of $3.12 billion versus $2.85 billion from last year. Let's see, that's up around 9.5%. Not too bad. Of course, Ulta is not a hyper growth company. They're not an AI company, right? We're talking about beauty stores, right, guys? But it's a great business. I mean, from what I've seen, I used to own this stock. I made money on it. I got out of it a couple years ago. I think it's a good business, but clearly the stock's getting beaten up. But I think it's an opportunity if you're patient, right? So my alert's set at 520. And the last stock here, which, guys, man, this one has been devastated. It's Lululemon, ticker LULU, which Lulu, I love their clothes, man. I have a Lulu shirt on. Their clothes are comfortable. I have a bunch of their pants, right? The ABC pants, the shorts too. I mean, I got the shorts. I love this product. Great product. Maybe a little overpriced. Some of their stuff, I'm like, come on. I mean, $130 for a freaking windbreaker, or a long sleeve golf shirt. Some of their stuff is a little bit too much, but if you pay $50 to $60 for their t-shirts, man, they're $50 to $60 t-shirts, they last a long time. Great quality, great product. The pants are great, arguably a little expensive too, but maybe that's why the stock's down. But great product, but the company, the stock is out of favor. Maybe they've fallen behind on trends. Maybe once I start shopping at a place, maybe the trends have gone, right? If I'm going in the store, but it used to be way more popular, I guess, 10 years ago. But man, this stock is so beaten up, and it's a great company still, in my opinion. Solid products. Maybe a little overpriced. Maybe customers have gone elsewhere. Yeah, I get it. There's competition. But it's down 75% from all-time highs. And on the max chart, it's completely broken trend. I mean, the glory days of Lulu are gone. When you see a stock give back 10 years of gains, guys, that's not a pullback. That is a structural shift, a breakdown, a fundamental shift in the business. And again, it's all coming down, in reality, it's coming down to competition. People are selling products that are very similar to Lulu at cheaper prices. You're seeing all these products on TikTok Shop, all these other, businesses that make athletic wear, sportswear, casual wear. They're coming in at maybe not as good of quality, or maybe similar quality, but cheaper. And there's other companies that have more expensive clothes that people like more. There's so much freaking competition in this space. And once you kind of fall behind the eight ball with the trends, with kind of where athletic wear is going, I know they had a problem with leggings. People are not wearing their legging or whatever crap. Once you fall behind the eight ball in this business, it gets a little rocky, but maybe they can turn it around. I still think there's hope longer term for Lululemon. I don't know so much about short term, but they have earnings on Thursday, and analysts have them doing, it's rough, guys. $1.68 in earnings per share versus $2.60 from last year on revenue of $2.44 billion versus $2.37 billion from last year. That would be up only 2 to 3% year over year. And when you account for inflation, they're pretty much not growing at all on the top line at all. You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are the 5 stocks, guys. Broadcom, CrowdStrike, PANW, Ulta, and Lulu. And if I had to buy one right now, I'm going Broadcom all day, or Ulta if it starts to break out. I think Palo Alto and CrowdStrike are great. I just think they're a little overbought. I'd much rather wait for a drawdown. And Lulu is honestly just dead in the water right now. I'm just watching their earnings to see if there's any signs of a turnaround in the business. And then it actually might be a buy for a turnaround play. But then again, I'm not a fan of these turnaround plays right now. Why chase these downtrends, these stocks that are out of favor, these turnaround plays, when you have all these AI stocks moving, all these infrastructure plays, the hardware plays, the memory stock? There's so much money to be made, and stocks that are actually showing momentum in uptrends. Why even mess with Lulu? And I think that's what the market is thinking as well. The market is chasing all these stocks, making money in AI, all that. Why even try and bother with Lululemon? For what? The stock's been down for years at this point. But there could be a turnaround still. You never know. It is Lululemon after all, guys. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all that stuff, guys. Make sure to join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, my trades, investments, my options moves, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, all that's on Patreon, link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. I'll see you guys in there. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your Sunday.